Mushoku Tensei is a story about self-improvement, a story about rehabilitation, redemption, a little bit, and just overall, just overcoming your problems, facing your trauma head on, because you can't run away from them all the time. You have to, if you want to get over your trauma, you have to face it head on. That's cool, beautiful, even. And it is still fuck Rudeus to the day I die. Now look, before you start writing think pieces and novels, look, you have to understand, Mushoku Tensei lovers, that this anime has a nickname Diddy Tensei for a reason. And that's because of your MC. First off, let's go back in time to before he got reincarnated. Please enlighten me in what he was doing when he before he got caught by the police or whatever. Let me know what he was doing. What? Oh, he was gooning to his niece? Okay. Okay. So look, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. You are already asking a very, very tall task for a lot of people to care about someone like that. Very, very tall task. A lot of people really see like being predatory towards children as something as irredeemable. You cannot redeem yourself for that. Hell, just being a predator in general. But you know, being that, especially towards children, that's already a very tall task that you're asking for people to care. Like, a lot of people see that as irredeemable. Okay, so then he does get reincarnated, right? So what does he do immediately after getting reincarnated, right? But keep in mind that he still has his memories of his past life, right? So he's 34 years old in this 12-year-old body. And what is he doing? Being perverted towards people who are physically the same age as he is. So he's 34 years old, still fucking on 12-year-olds. And this is all within the span of just like a few episodes. So look, once again, you are asking a very tall task for people to care about Rudeus. He is one of Diddy's disciples. And then keep in mind, he ends up marrying the same women that he was, you know, preying on when he was 12. He ends up marrying them later on when he's physically in this new world, like 20. Which includes his cousin, by the way. I understand that it's medieval and fantasy, so like, you know, we don't have they don't have the same societal customs as we do, but the fact that he still has memories from his past life, and he's still doing all of this shit, once again, you're asking a very tall task for people to care about his self-improvement or his redemption, because people see that his flaws are irredeemable. But you know what? That is a beautiful theme in of itself. That self-improvement, rehabilitation, all of these things, redemption, they're for you and you alone. They can't be for anybody else, because not everyone is going to care about your flaws. People are going to see your flaws as irredeemable. People are going to see you as the scum of the earth, bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the barrel. You are lower than subhuman. People are going to see it that way. But you have to do it for yourself. And that is a beautiful thing. And I quite agree with it. It is still fuck Rudeus though. Look, I understand that Rudeus is intentionally made to be flawed. So like, I understand that. But that doesn't mean I have to just be okay with it. Like, I can understand something and still not be okay with it. I don't understand with this whole notion of where if you understood something, you have to just accept it and just be okay with it and not be mad about it. right? Because like Thorfinn is also a flawed character. I mean, like, look, people care more about and that is another theme in of itself. People care more about Thorfinn's redemption than Rudeus. Rudeus didn't kill nobody. Thorfinn did. Thorfinn was a bloodthirsty motherfucker. He was killing everybody in the sake of revenge, and people actually cared more about his redemption more than Rudeus. That just goes to show that the crimes Rudeus did are seen as irredeemable for a lot of people. So it works well for what the author was trying to convey. But it also points to the fact that, hey, you can literally be a serial killer. I don't know why I said this was a theme. This isn't a theme, but just something to point out. That you can literally be a serial killer, and people will care more about your redemption than if you were just a run-of-the-mill child predator. Because what Rudeus was doing in his previous life, that's nothing unheard of. Hell, a lot of people do it. You do it. I'm trolling. No, that's not a topic to play around with. People care more about Thorfinn's redemption than they do Rudeus. And also going back to this whole, like, to the previous point before this one, like, I know, I don't understand why you have to, like, when you understand something in the story, that you have to then just accept it and just be okay with it, right? Because, like, another example of that would be in Attack on Titan, when Gabi killed Sasha, and everyone was mad. And people were like, well, you can't be mad at Gabi. She's just Eren. You know, her and Eren are the same person. Okay, that's cool. It is still fuck Gabi. She killed my nigga Sasha. Right? To put it in perspective, right? Like, let's say you and your pops walking down the street, right? And I'm walking down the street the opposite way. I'm going through a psychotic breakdown. I got that fire on me because I don't know who watching. Right? I'm going through a psychotic breakdown. I'm seeing shit. I'm seeing monsters. I'm seeing hallucinations, auditory hallucinations. I should not be outside, and I sure shit shouldn't have that fire on me. Right? So let's say we walking opposite ways, right? You and your pops walking, I'm walking, right? I see your pops. For some reason, he just looks like a monster, right? So I immediately up fire on him, and I put 5 on the nigga's chest. And then we go to court, and it's seen that it's shown that I am going through a psychotic breakdown. And so, like, you understand why I shot your dad, right? I was seeing shit. Does that mean you'd be like, oh, okay, so you're going through a psychotic breakdown? You saw my dad as a monster. Maybe he did something to you in the past, so you know, were just on edge. Okay, I'm just accept that and just not be mad about it. Does that sound crazy to you? It should. That's exactly how I see it. Like, I understand that Rudeus is a flawed character. I understand the story, the theme. I understand what the author was trying to convey. That still doesn't mean that I just have to accept everything that he did. I'm saying this all this. I'm not really trying to convince you that Bushoku Tensei is a bad anime. I'm really just telling you that I just don't like Rudeus. But look, I understand that Rudeus is flawed. We're all flawed in some aspect, right? And maybe some people see us as irredeemable. But if we are going to go on this redemption that we feel that we should do, it has to be about you. Your self-improvement is for you and you alone and not for anybody else. Hence the name self-improvement. Not everyone's going to care about your redemption. Not everyone's going to care about your self-improvement. But as long as you do, that's okay. It is still fuck Rudeus.